If you didn't hear over the weekend, Equifax had a major security breach that we found out about over the weekend. The financial information of 143 million customers could have been stolen, and I was one of those customers. I've not personally done proactive business with Equifax, so how could this be? Well, Equifax is one of the three major U.S. credit bureaus. So there's TransUnion, there's Experian, and then there's Equifax. And they manage credit scores, credit reporting, credit monitoring. They have your social security number. They have credit card data on endless numbers of Americans. And intruders were able to access names, social security numbers, birth dates, addresses, and driver's license numbers, including credit card numbers for hundreds of thousands of consumers as well. How did I find out that I was affected? Well, I went to EquifaxSecurity2017.com. I put in my last name and I put in the last 6 digits of my social security number. Now, there are reports saying, wait, you should even be careful with that website because the security certificate for that website hasn't been installed correctly and is itself vulnerable to an attack. In any case, I did it, and maybe I will end up regretting that. I don't think so, though. I think that the information I put in is okay. Not that I have any reason to trust Equifax, right? And I got the following image, which we're putting up on the screen for people to see, indicating that based on the information provided, we believe that your personal information may have been impacted by this incident. There were also some reports that no matter what you put in on that website, it will tell you that you might have been impacted. But I tried putting in just some bogus info, and it said that it was not impacted. So It does appear as though it's somewhat reliable. I don't know.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit sketchy that they say it may have been impacted, because I guess anyone may have been impacted. But then why have this forum to begin with?
Apparently, may have been impacted actually does mean something, but exactly what is sort of hard to know. You did it, Pat, and it said your information also may have been impacted.
I got the exact same
You got the
results
same
as you.
message, yeah. So first things first, right? Initially, Equifax was saying that if on that website you enroll in their Trusted ID Premier service, which I guess they're offering people for free as a make good, that it would preclude your right to participate in a future class action lawsuit against Equifax. That's been clarified. Okay, both Equifax and the New York Attorney General indicated that's not the case. You can check your information. If you want to sign up for that service, you can, and it's not going to prevent you from being party to a future class action lawsuit against Equifax, which, by the way, at least one has already been filed. You can decide for yourself about that. What I did is, number one, I went to get my free annual credit report. I went to annualcreditreport.com. The breach was actually uncovered by Equifax more than a month ago. So it's possible that if your information was stolen and that if someone was planning to use your identity to apply for credit or whatever, that it might have already been done. So I looked at my credit report for free, annualcreditreport.com. Thankfully, knock on lucite, so far, so good as far as my information being used to open up credit accounts or whatever else. Next, what you might want to look at is filing a 90-day fraud alert on your credit, okay? This does not freeze your credit. A credit freeze is something else. A fraud alert means you're concerned about identity theft. As far as you know, based on what you saw in your credit report, your identity has not been stolen or used surreptitiously so far. And what the fraud alert will do is it will allow you to apply for credit. What will happen is before approving credit under your social security number, the lender will have to contact you first for the next 90 days. And you can do this with any of the 3 credit bureaus I mentioned. It will be communicated and activated across all 3 credit bureaus. Now, in the meantime, as far as those lawsuits, a class action lawsuit against Equifax has already been filed. There's a team of lawyers, including former Georgia Governor Roy Barnes, who has filed a class action lawsuit against Equifax in U.S. District Court in Atlanta. There's been a number of individual lawsuits already been filed. The Atlanta lawsuit is seeking statutory damages under the FCRA and as well as state statutes. So we will see what happens. This is a major, major cybersecurity breach. Maybe I'll end up collecting my $72 as a party to this class action lawsuit. I've actually been party. I used to have a Honda Civic Hybrid years ago.
Yeah.
And they overstated the gas mileage on the window sticker. And so I was entitled, my share was $100 based on the average person's driving, how much I ended up paying extra in gas based on the gas mileage that they promised. Very often these class action lawsuits by and large benefit attorneys. But hey, I think you and I both, Pat, could potentially participate in that lawsuit.
I think so too. I think so. And maybe this is one of the benefits of the Consumer Protection Bureau put forward by Elizabeth Warren.
Oh yeah, no, we don't need regulation. There's an incentive for every private company to regulate themselves, and if we just allowed the total free market to take over, nothing bad would ever happen. And if it did, the market would be completely self-correcting, and all of these companies who have endless tens of millions or billions of dollars worth of your financial information, they would just go out of business because, well, wait, no, they wouldn't. Actually, we do need financial protection.
If it happens to Equifax, and can happen to the other two credit bureaus, so people may go to them, and it happens to them too. What are you going to do
And
after
what
that?
a lot of people also don't get is those three credit bureaus. There's a reason why if you file a fraud alert with one, it applies across all three. It's because they're completely interconnected, and a lot of them have the exact same data. So this is major, and we'll continue following the lawsuits. And I'll let you know if my identity ultimately is used for the purposes of evil as opposed to good. I'm on Reddit at dpakman. I'm on Twitter at dpakman. The show is also on Reddit at davidpakman.com/Reddit. Today's program sponsored in part by Tagadab, the hosting specialist. Whether you need dedicated server solutions, virtual private servers, cloud server options, custom server solutions, co-location services, whatever you need for your business or project, Tagadab and their expert hosting specialists and support will set you up with what works for your business or project. And their hosting services support a really wide range of customers and businesses around the world, including bloggers, tech startups, financial traders, gamers, web developers, and more. You can use the code TDPS20 to get a 20 British pound credit towards cloud server options at signup.tagadab.com/TDPS. With that, you can try out their services and save 20 British pounds, about 23, 24 US dollars. You use the code TDPS20 at signup.tagadab.com/TDPS. Check it out.